Okay, so we are still on compass error. So when you watch my previous video, you will see that we started doing some calculation on what compass error. That's the basics that we just started in the previous video. So this is a continuation of the first video. Okay, so we are still continuing. All right, now we know that always with compass error we move from what, either compass to true or true to compass. Okay, so we have it to be this. Okay, so we move either from compass to true or from true to compass. Okay, so when you are moving from compass to true, we know that our west is minus. Okay, our west is minus, our east is plus. Okay, and we know that when we are moving from true to compass, our west is plus, our east is minus. Okay, so basically that, so moving from compass to true, you have your west to be minus, your east to be plus. Okay, and when you are moving from true to compass, your west to be plus, your east to be minus. All right, now we have this gyro, compass, list, error, east. Okay, and we also have gyro, compass, best, error, west. So with this, the explanation means that when you take your first readings from your azimuth, okay, you take your first what do you call it, gyro bearing. Okay, as soon as you take your first gyro bearing with your azimuth ring, blah blah blah, after you are done with that and you compare it with your true bearing, okay, assuming that I'm having my gyro, okay, my gyro bearing, when I took it from the azimuth, I got it to be, let's say, 210, okay, and my true bearing, okay, was, let's say 110. Okay, now to find my gyro error, okay, okay, I can say that right now, you see that the true bearing is less than the what, the gyro bearing. Okay, the true bearing is less than what, the gyro bearing. So with this, I can say that my gyro bearing is best. Okay, I can say that I can go by this. My gyro bearing is best. So I'll subtract 110 from 210. Okay, so I'll get 100. Okay, so my gyro being best, right now is the biggest figure. So my gyro being best, if I subtract it from 110, 210, I'll get 100. So meaning that would be my what? The gyro error. And I will add this direction to it. So meaning that my gyro error is 100 degrees west because my heading is bigger than the true bearing. So I'll add, meaning that my gyro bearing being best, my gyro error will be what? West. My gyro error will be what? West. So I'll add this direction to it. Supposing that this my gyro heading was to be, let's say, 100. Okay, this my gyro heading was supposed to be, let's say, 100. Okay, my gyro error, if I subtract 100 from 110, okay, I will get 10. Okay, but here is the case, my gyro heading is less than my true bearing. Okay, my gyro heading is less than my true bearing. So I'll go by this: gyro compass list error east. Okay, gyro compass list error east. So after me subtracting it and getting my 10, I'll just, right now my heading is what? List. Okay, my gyro bearing heading is what? List. Okay, so I'll add this my east. Okay, so basically this will be my direction. Okay, 10 degrees east will be my gyro error. Right, now we are moving on. Since we know this, we are moving on. So assuming you were given a question, they gave you your compass. Okay, your compass to be 265. Okay, and your deviation to be 6.7 degrees east, and you were given, so we don't know our magnetic, we don't know, and you are given your variation to be 1.4 degrees west. Okay, and you are given, we don't know compass. Okay, we don't know our compass. We don't know our compass. Now we have our we don't know our true, rather. I'm sorry. We don't know our true. I'm sorry, we don't know our true. Now, and we know that we are moving from what? Compass to true. Okay, we are moving from what? Compass to true. Okay, so our east will be what? Plus. Okay, our east will be what? Plus. And our west will be what? Minus. Right? So west minus east plus. Okay, now we have our deviation to be 6.7 degrees east, meaning that we are adding to get our magnetic. Okay, we are adding to get our magnetic. Now 265 plus 6.7 degrees east will give you 271.7, okay, degrees magnetic. Okay, so right now we know our magnetic to be what? 271.7 degrees magnetic. We are moving on, and our variation is what? 1.4 degrees west. Okay, and we know that west is what? Minus when we are moving towards true. Okay, west is minus. So we will subtract 1.4 degrees west from 271.7 degrees magnetic. Okay, so with that one, we are getting 270 degrees point 3.3. Okay, we are getting 270 degrees point 3 true. So add your direction to it, true. Okay, right. So right now we have what? Calculated for this. We have what? Calculated for this. We are moving on. Now, let's compare something here. Let us compare something. Now, you were given your gyro bearing, okay? Your gyro bearing, okay? So I'm representing by what? GB, okay? To be 286.1 degrees, okay? And you were given your true bearing, okay? True bearing, okay? After you got your information and everything, you are giving your true bearing to be, what do you call it? 286.4 degrees. Alright, 286.1 to be your gyro bearing, and you are giving your true bearing to be 286.4, okay, to be your true bearing. Now you just subtract, okay, you just subtract. So you see that my gyro bearing is what? Less than my true bearing. Okay, my gyro bearing is less than my what? True bearing. Meaning that compass list add east. Okay, so here my compass is list, so I will be what? Adding what? East. Alright, I'll be adding east. So when I subtract this, I will get my gyro error to be 0.3 degrees east. Okay, because my heading is what? Is list. Okay, my heading is list. Now let's move on. You were given your gyro course. Okay, your gyro course. Okay, so your gyro course was this. Okay, so you were giving your gyro course to be this 270 okay, east. Now 270, when I add 0.3 to 270, I will get my true course. I'm comparing something here. I'll get 270.3 true. See, so see that I've gotten my true course again. Alright, I've gotten my true course again. Now, looking at this, you were giving, so here will be your true course, okay, TC. I represent it by TC. So this is your true course. Now, our magnetic course. Now, our magnetic course was what? 265. Okay, so 265, you can see it here, 265. Okay, magnetic compass was what? 265. Now 265, I will just subtract. Okay, I'll just subtract 265 from 270.3. Okay, 265 from 270.3. So when compass course, so now for that to get my compass course, now true course. Okay, true course. Right now you can see that my true course is bigger than what? My magnetic course. Okay, my true course is bigger than what? My magnetic course. Are you getting it? So what I will do here is, when I subtract, we have a rule saying that compass list add east. Okay, we have a rule saying that compass list add east. So basically, when I subtract, I'll add east direction to my heading. Now, so subtracting from this, I will get my compass error to be 5.3 degrees east. Okay, 5.3 degrees east. Now we have our variation to be to be 1.4 degrees west. Okay, we have our variation to be 1.4 degrees west. Okay, so 1.4 degrees west. Okay, so with this different direction, okay, you see that the directions are different, east and west. Okay, so you having your compass error, and right now you are having your variation. Okay, this is your variation we are having here. Now you see that the directions are different. If the directions are different, you just add them. Okay, you just add them. Okay, and you go by the what? The biggest figure here. You add the direction of the what? The biggest figure. I get it. So this one I will get, if I add this, it will be 6.7. Okay, 6.7 degrees east. Okay, I'm adding east because see this figure is big. Okay, so this figure is bigger than this, so I'll add this direction to this after I have added them. Okay, now this, you can see that our deviation. Okay, so this will be our what? Deviation. You can compare it to this. You see that here, when we did our calculation, you see that we had what? 6.7. Okay, 6.7. Okay, we are having here to, we are having our deviation to what? 6.7 degrees east. Okay, we are having our deviation to what? 6.7 degrees east. Now, let me pick another question, okay, for us to go by. Okay, we are taking our second example. Okay, so assuming these are the perimeters given, all right. So our gyro, our true is 110 degrees true. Okay, our variation is 2.5 degrees east. Okay, we don't know for magnetic, and our deviation is given as 10 degrees west. Okay, 10 degrees west. So we have to solve for our magnetic and our compass. Okay, so we know that when we are moving from true to compass, we add west and subtract east. Okay, when we are moving from true to compass, we add west and subtract east. Now, our variation is 2.5 east, meaning that we subtract it from 110 degrees true. Okay, so let's subtract. What are we getting? We are getting 107.5 magnetic. Okay, so now we have our magnetic to be 107.5 magnetic. Now let's calculate for our compass. Okay, so here we have our deviation to be 10 degrees west, and you know that we are moving from true to compass, so meaning that we will add 10 degrees to our 107.5 magnetic. So for that one, so we are getting 117.5 degrees compass. Okay, so we are getting our answer. Now let's check something. Let's cross check something. Checking. Now supposing we are giving our perimeters to be, okay, so we have our gyro bearing, we have our true bearing, we have our gyro error, we have our gyro compass, we have our true compass. Okay, we have our magnetic compass, and we have our compass error, we have our variation, will give us our deviation. Alright, and the perimeters given for gyro bearing, okay, the perimeters given for gyro bearing and true bearing, okay, are 0.5 degrees, 0.85 degrees point 3. So the perimeters given for gyro bearing is 100.5, and the perimeters given for true bearing is 0.85 degrees point 3. Now see that our gyro heading, okay, is bigger than what? Our true bearing. Okay, our gyro bearing is bigger than our true bearing. So for that, compass based add west. Okay, compass based add west. So when we subtract 0.85 degrees point 3 from 100.5, we will add west to our direction. So when we do the subtraction, we will get 15.2 degrees west. Okay, and your gyro compass is giving us as a parameter as 0.94.8. Okay, 0.94.8. Already we know our true compass. Okay, our true compass is 110 degrees true. See, you know it from here. So even when we add this 15.2 degrees west and 0.94.8, we are getting 110. So that one is intact. Okay, so we can cross check that. So we are getting our answer right. Now let's move on to our magnetic compass. We have our magnetic compass to be 117.5 degrees compass. Okay, we have it here. Now So in this case, we can see that our magnetic compass is bigger than our true compass. Okay, we can see that our magnetic compass is bigger than our true compass. So when we subtract, we will add west. Okay, compass based, add west. Okay, compass based, add west. So when we subtract, we are going to get 7.5. Okay, so we'll add west. Okay, we'll add west, degrees west. Okay, all right. Now we already have our variation. Okay, we already have our variation to do 2.5 degrees east. So 2.5 degrees east. Okay, so we are finding our deviation. Okay, we are finding our deviation. Now, you know that different directions, okay, you add. Okay, same directions you subtract. Okay, and different directions you add. Okay, so 7.5 plus 2.5, we are getting 10. And where are we going to get our direction? You pick the biggest number direction. Okay, you pick the biggest number direction. So the biggest number direction is what? 7.5 degrees west. Okay, is the biggest figure here. So you add this direction to your final answer. Okay, so west. So you can just cross check. So our deviation is 10 degrees west. You can just cross check it here. 10 degrees west. So we have that. Now let me go over again. I'm saying that different direction, okay, different direction you add. Okay, different direction you add. Okay, so we are having 7.5. Okay, plus 2.5. We will get 10. Okay, we will get 10. Now let's see the direction. The direction, when you want to add your direction, you check the biggest figure here. So the biggest figure here is 7.5. So let's see the direction. The direction is west. So you add that one to 8 to your final answer. Okay, so now our deviation here, okay, when we were checking, our deviation here is 10 degrees west. You can see it here, 10 degrees west. So we have proved that, meaning that our calculation is correct. Okay, we'll end here.